If you're a real estate investor, then you've probably heard of the term lease option before. But have you ever heard of a floating lease option? Today, in this video, I'm going to explain what a floating lease option is. My name is Shiloh Lundahl, and you are watching the Improved channel focused on real estate investing. Recently, I was at one of my mastermind groups in Dallas, Texas. We got to go to the Cowboys practice stadium and we got to practice kicking field goals and throwing the ball, and we just had a fantastic time. In fact, Emmett Smith came and he talked to our entire group about his own real estate investing.
When you're drafted by the Dallas Cowboys and you actually make some money for the first time ever in your life, you start learning the whole process of a balanced asset allocated portfolio. Then you move into the areas of alternative investments and you start listening at other folks talk about investing in condos and houses and townhomes and everything else in real estate. And Jerry Jones told me this one year. He said every year you should buy a piece of real estate. And that just stuck with me. And I bought my first condo down in Florida on Perdido Bay, and I bought some stuff here in Texas as well, and just started that way.
It was awesome listening to one of my favorite athletes talk about his experience investing in real estate. We also got to dress up as cowboys and cowgirls and go to a old-fashioned rodeo. It was awesome. But one of the other things that I really liked about this mastermind meetup in Texas was that Chris Crone came and gave a great speech to our entire group. He talked about growing his companies on all of the social media platforms that he's using right now. And believe me, he is killing it in so many ways. And I was able to talk to Chris for a few minutes, just him and me. And I know that he was big in the space of lease options when he first got started in real estate. And so I asked him about some of the lease options that we were doing and got his opinion about how we were doing it. And he gave me a gold nugget of information that we took and we started to apply immediately with some of the lease options that we're doing. You see, over the last year or two, appreciation has been incredible. I don't think anybody would have foreseen appreciation to go 30% or 50% in a 2-year period of time. That is crazy. But with some of the properties that we have, we've experienced that, which means some of the lease option properties that we have, our tenants that have the lease option with us can buy our properties at like half price. That is incredible, and it's a great deal for them. But at the same time, it's kind of tough for us because we're leaving a lot of money there on the table. Now, I should let you know that all of the tenants that have an option to purchase the property from us, we try to help them be able to purchase the property, even if that means that they are getting a screaming deal at the closing. In fact, I have this video that talks about how one of our tenants was able to get $175,000 of equity when they exercised their lease option. So we truly try to help people live that American dream and be able to get into a home of their own. At the same time, we realize that appreciation is very unpredictable right now. Historically, the way that we would set up a lease option is we would have a property, let's say worth about $100,000. And we would then add about 3% per year over a 3-year period of time. And so we would sell that property to somebody that wants to come in and live in the property and take care of the property. We would sell that property to them for about $110,000. So about 3% per year for 3 years. And they were excited to come in and be able to live in the property and be able to, fix the property how they'd like it to be fixed and paint it how they'd like it and put up a fence and do all of those things and live in there as if it were their own because they were working towards home ownership. And that was going great. Everything was going pretty well according to plan. But now with the appreciation being so crazy and unpredictable, it's very difficult for us to be able to guess what that property is going to be worth within the next 3 years. Chris told me that because I can't predict the future price, that I should stop setting that price. And so now, instead of having a very fixed price, such as $110,000, what we're doing is what's called a floating lease option. What that means is this. We will have a tenant buyer who really wants to buy our property come in, and they will give us an option fee. And that option fee is oftentimes $4,000 or $5,000 or $6,000, depending on the price point of the property. Let's just say in this example, it's $4,000. So let's say this property is valued at $100,000 today. What we will do is we will sell that property for $110,000 plus that $4,000 option fee. So now we're selling the property for $114,000. But rather than fixing the price at $114,000, what we say is you can buy the property for $114,000 or what that property appraises for when you purchase the property, whichever amount is higher. So that way we're not missing out on all of that crazy appreciation that's happening right now. But at the same time, we are still giving somebody an opportunity to get into a home now, and they can work towards that home ownership.
Wait a second. What's in it for the tenant? Why would somebody actually do this? Why would somebody give you an option to buy a property if that purchase price isn't set?
That's a great question. Here are a couple of reasons why someone would do that and why people have already done that with us. People want to own their own home. They want to get into a home where a landlord isn't going to say, hey, prices have gone up, I'm going to go ahead and sell it, so you need to move out. No, they want to get into a home where they can plant their roots and they can work towards owning that specific home. So they give us an option fee. Now that option fee is just a fee that goes to us. It doesn't go towards the home. However, what we can do and what we are starting to do is, you know how I said the property's worth 100? We would sell it for 110 plus another 4,000. What we're doing now is we're taking that 4,000 that they've given to us, and we can bring that 4,000 back and offer to pay for up to $4,000 of their closing costs. That way, they do get something out of giving us that option fee at the beginning, and they still get to be in the property and work towards home ownership. So this is a little bit different than how we used to do lease options, but I've been told by a lot of experienced real estate investors that in an increasing market, you don't want to set certain purchase prices, because as the market goes up, pretty soon the tenants will have a great deal and you're missing out on a lot of appreciation. And so we're switching up our model a little bit so we don't miss out on all of that increasing appreciation. Yet we're still providing nice, clean, functional homes for people to come in and work towards home ownership. And we can bring back that option fee that they've given us and help them towards the closing costs. So this is just another way to implement the lease option strategy. But this way, it makes it so that landlords, owners, don't miss out on so much appreciation. So hopefully this video was helpful for you. I have a lot of other videos that talk about the ins and outs of lease options that you can go to and you can watch, and you can learn a lot about lease options. So make sure while you're going to those videos that you click that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. It definitely helps me out. And while you're at it, I'd appreciate if you like the video as well. So thanks so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful, and I hope that you have a fantastic day investing in real estate.